What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have a 90s veteran in the building today. Listen, this man had one of the hottest songs in the 90s on the Pepperseed Riddim called Wifey. Listen, he's still putting out songs right now. He has a crazy history, and he's about to tell it to us right now. You know, we have in the building today, we have Dugsy Ranks in the building today. What's going on, big boss?
Easy. When we step out and we bad to the bone. Good afternoon, world. Good afternoon to the whole entire world, the whole globe. You know what I mean? I say good afternoon. More life and respect. Big up, this is Dugsy Ranks in the house all the way from Jamaica. Right now, me there links to this, my links big.
Mr. Ranks, big up yourself, big boss. Thank you for joining us on the Entertainment Report podcast today.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, you know?
Yeah, man, definitely. I know somebody like you. It's almost like you're very mysterious, and we're gonna find out who the man behind the mystery is today. You understand?
Well, Dugsy Ranks is, you know, is you can say is a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Is a person behind the brand, and yes, there is a movement behind the brand because. When you start learning about the business aspect of the music, and you know, say whatever your creativity is, it is a brand in the marketplace in the world. You know, that is how you becomes. You know what I say? But it all started when we were kids on the corner. You know, we grew up in our place named Waterford in Portmore. You know, it started from that. You know, when we're going to school. You know, me and my friends, them on the ends, you know, that's where it all started. You know, my first band was my friends. You know, one of my friends would do the bass. And then, you know, me, so I would say, mix me some bass, man. And then my next friend would have the piece of iron up and ching, 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 ching. And, you know, my next friend, everybody would find a little piece of something to turn into an instrument to make organized nice, because me and the man would have flipped the lyrics on it.
Yeah.
You know, so that all our things start off.
Definitely makes sense. And okay, so then you say you grew up in Waterford, but what actually attracted you to music in the first place? What was the first thing you remember hearing or seeing or liking?
Well, the elders before me. You know, my dad was a man like this, you know, R.I.P. He is a man every week. That man bring 45 records to our home. If it was a 45 record, it would be LP. Mm-hmm. You know, so I guess that's where the gene started. But the elders before us were DJ. Mm-hmm. After we grew up in our community and get a chance to go see them rock the mic, you know, that make us want to do it more. Because we was doing it just as fun. Mm-hmm. So it's more fun. You know, we want it to be like Nicodemus them. You know the way they Rankin Joe them. You know them style eh? Mm-hmm. Louis Lepke. You know? We want it to be like them. Because Portmore, especially Waterford, was a place where big sounds came through. From the Kilimanjaro to the ESCs to the Sterograph to the, you know, so we get to see a lot of all of them original icon from early out in our career. So those things influence us to do what we are doing more because we became loving it more.
It definitely makes sense. And you say you formed your band with your younger friends. What were you guys? Were you guys actually? So you didn't start DJing on sound system. You actually started to DJ as on a band. That's how you.
Yeah, man, from the corner, knocking the pan, using our mouth as beatbox. Mm-hmm. That's how we started, you know, because we couldn't go to the dances at that time. We were too young. Mm-hmm. So on a Friday we came from school. That was our time after school. And that's where we started from those Fridays, you know. So we had to make our own noise, and that went on for a while until our bigger brethren, they call him Beres. He's still living now today. He made us our first little sound on the corner. We walk the road and pick up old telephone to make microphone and earphone, you know, and all these things. We build stuff from scratch. When I say just like our first bicycle or our first toy, we build it from scratch. Our first skate, we build it from scratch. You know, we were that type of creative people. You know, so in every aspect of our life, creativity was there. So the music take over. You know, so, yeah, man. When I build the first sound, you see, when they build our first sound, and we could play cassette and play rhythm on it, and we learn how to do that, and we would play the cassette and chant the mic. Oh my gosh, that was a different level now.
And what was the name of your little song back then?
Yeah, we didn't have no name. We just know say it's in a Waterford on a little corner they call Boston. A Boston little sound that. And every Friday night till it spill over into Saturday night, because people came out in the evening, sit on the veranda, sit on the sidewalk, and start watching us, you know. And the elder people would encourage us and say, yo, the sound good, you know. Wanna keep on doing that, do man, and stay out of trouble. You know, so in every way, in every aspect in our life, music played that vital part, even in keeping us focused. You know what I say? As a youth, not to get in any trouble and all these things, because we walk my ways to the calling of the music and say, we are step with the music, you know?
And what year is this we're talking about here where you started to really like the music?
Them year was like 81, 82. You know, just as I was in like 6th grade, all of that went on till 7th grade, 8th grade, you know, high school. You know, but it started out in primary school. When we went to high school, it was flipping the desk, knocking the desk, buck up on a set of youth with our kind of vibration in school till we all cling together. So while they were knocking the desk, I was there flipping lyrics same way. You know? So, you know, the traveling is like a magnet, you know? The same energy pull to the same energy. So everywhere we go, even up till today, it's the same energy. We turn anywhere in our music. You know?
You understand 100%. All right. So did you start DJing on a bigger sound system after you graduated from your smaller sound system? You went to studio. Right. What was your next move?
Before I graduated from Kingston College, we used to DJ on a sound called Love Child Sound. No, before Love Child, it was King Larry. That is when we really get a time on Friday we could leave and venture out further. You know, big boy now. Mama know we're not giving any trouble, so, you know, people on the road could vouch for us and say, yes, mommy, if not give no trouble, man, I'm going to DJ down at the sound down there, so we kind of get free. So we used to go down King Larry until a sound take over the place named Love Child with Professor Nuts, big head lecturer who was my friend at the time, you know, a singer named One Away. A next DJ named Junior Blacks, you know, and the next singer named Singer Blacks. You know, I Dugsy ranks as a little kid there. You know, when they would swing microphone and me see and we rip out the place. So we start, that was the first sound system where we start go around the place with other than community stage show. Because we used to do a lot of community stage show. $5 take him, 5 cents take him down, 10 cents put him up. You know, we used to go to our friends' shows, them all over the place. We used to keep our own. G-Force from Stone Love, we grew up in the same community. Back in the days, him and his kind of doing the same thing. So whenever we join up together from them long time, stage show was on. You know me, I said then we have bridging like Beaker Bailey, Ghost and Culture, Wickerman and Captain Barkey, Queen Paula and Lady Mackerel, who became Maca Diamond now. You know me, I say? A lot of vibes bridging. You know, and then time in and time out, bigger artists would pass through. You know, Little John, you know, all the 80s top artists, them, and we would be the community artists who would hold the mic and warm up the dance. And our community will see to that. So we represent, you know, so other people could see us getting a chance, you know.
Big there. Okay, so then you're saying you were on a song named Love Child with lecturer, Professor Nuts and all that. What year did you get to that song there?
That song was about 86, 87. 1986, 87. Yeah. Love Child.
And this was from out of Waterford.
Yeah, man. Love Child was based in Independence City, but was close to Waterford. Because it's on the racetrack that separate Waterford community from Independence City. And we've been roaming Waterford and all the surroundings community from we on foot, till we on skate, till we on bicycle, till we go by bike. All them thing of music, make it happen, you know?
All right. And how did you even get your name, Dugsy Ranks, at that time there?
Yeah, man, I tell you, say, this, every interview, this is the question I cannot answer. I just have to leave it here. My grandmother, right? That was my mother's mom, gave me that name.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Miss Violet Cowan. I never get a chance to stop and ask her why she give me that name there.
Mm-hmm.
Dugsy Ranks. But yo, it sounds so powerful. Because you know, all right, check this.
Mm-hmm.
From ever since till now, my real bridging them in my life, they are past.
Mm-hmm.
They don't call me Dugsy straight. They call me Dugo. Yo, Dugo. Male and female. What going Dugo?
Mm-hmm.
So me just love it. That's that. Imagine them call me Dugo. My grandmother said my name Dugsy. I'm from Dugsy to DJ, you know, the militancy, the everything, the era, the ranks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I said, I saw the thing set that that's Dugsy Ranks and it farm out, but I never get a chance to ask Miss Violet Cowan why she give me that name, but me thank her for it, you know?
For sure. A worldwide name, you know what I mean? It's a name that's just stamped everywhere from in that 90s there.
And it good when the ancestors them can name you, you know, because they always give powerful names, you know.
You understand? Even if you don't understand what this name is, they gave it to you because they understand what it is.
Yeah. Up till today, I'm 100% fully understand why. But trust me, I got hard because I know she gave me a powerful name, you know?
For sure. All right.
Yes.
You're doing your stuff. You have your name, Dugsy Ranks and everything. When did you connect with Biko Bailey? When did that happen in your career?
Okay, we grew up in the community, same community there, Waterford. A lot of artists from Tinga Stewart, name them.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of artists. Sanchez was there, Red Dragon, all kind of artists. So as always, we see a lot of icon. Delroy Wilson was one of our biggest influence because he lived just around the road from us. You know, B.K. Bailey lived right there. So me going Kingston College, B.K. Bailey going Holy Trinity, his school across the road. All of us used to meet up in town and come over to Portmore. Mm-hmm. You know what I say? And that same thing on the corner led to farming the door. Because B.K. Bailey was the joker. You know what I say? I was a lyricist. So whenever I write the songs, I will give him the comedian part. And then now the joke will be on me. So I will be defensive and he will be making comedy out of me. And that hit the crowd because remember, you know, Professor Nuss was our teacher, you know. Mm-hmm. So we came with this comedy performance. And it's from one stage show to a next stage show, it just started happening till it became just like wildfire. They have a thing back in the days at school time, they call it fete. Mm-hmm. Barbecue and fete. Yeah, them things start back in the days with school. We were booked on every barbecue, every fete after a time by just doing the act, Dugsy Ranks and B.K. Bailey. Mm-hmm. You know what I say? And the industry needed that, you know, because people need a laugh, people need a joke. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, sure. People always need that laugh and that fun, you know, coming by, you know, joy are the best antidote, you know, one of the best antidote, you know. You know, you can't give it up.
You get it.
My journey was a nice journey, man.
Yeah.
Nice journey.
That's what we're about to figure out right here throughout this conversation here. So you guys now, you form the link with Dugsy Ranks, Biko Bailey. You guys are doing your things now. When did you guys actually go into a studio to record, or do you guys record, or you guys are more or less stage show artists at this time?
We met up with one of our bigger friends. They call him Greek Production. One of my good friends, love the music. He started out keeping stage show and tell himself, yo, the influence of us being around him and other few artists led him to put out his label, Greek Production. That's Paul Pattison. Mm-hmm. He was our first manager. Mm-hmm. Very, very first manager. You know, he started Portland Splash and some other stage show in Portland. Mm-hmm. You know, so he was the first one took us to the studio to record. I think that song we went to Sonic Sound. You know, and the song was, you know, hear where the old man say, that you know fit I know donkey down there. And you know, you know. we came out with our thing, from them time, one little comedy thing, we tried to put it on the record, that was a new thing, breaking ground.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our very, very first time. Then, by going on the road, we and Ghost and Culture, we start linking up and parring, meeting up with Beenie Man, them Aquaman, Liquor Kirk, and everything start get gone global now. We just start more experience, we start learn more, visiting more studios. That is how we start link up with Arrows. I will start link up with the Arrows dub plate studio now with Terro Fabulous, the man Litter and the whole away, and doing dub plates because most of the rural sound system were coming there and out of Jammies and Scorpio, the three main places for dub plates, because there was a lot of sound clash going on in rural Jamaica, not in town. Most juggling dancers in town, but the sound battle, the sound clashes, they start in rural area. So we start doing a lot of dub plates.
Did you guys have a specific dub plate song that everybody wanted, or you guys just did a lot of different songs?
We have a lot of different songs, because back in that time, you had to have lyrics. Your African DJ. Because when a man come and say, DJ, artist, I say, yeah, man, and him say, let me hear do something. You know me, I say, you just DJ 2 sound clash song, and you DJ 4, and him say, yo, I want number 1, number 3, and number 4, and you will go around the corner and negotiate how much I'm going to pay you for these 3 songs. So when you do it now, because that time it was going live on the plate, they couldn't make no mistakes, so we had to practice. We couldn't come to studio and do already and do it like how we see the young cats doing it now, stop and go. No, it was made live on the plate. You know what I say? So them time when a man say, you ready? Intro. Easy, we arrive on a special, this is Dugsy ranks, and say a dub plate style, and you don't know, the reporting, so the thing set, read him up. Dub plate rock. And it was right there, I say? Now the war starts, sound boy just defend your talk. Nobody tell me about how much sound you kill. Hold them up pints to pill. Me nah laugh. Yeah, like this night on the pit stone jump up, go wicked the way you did when me a kill sound boy pan rapid. With big dog plate, stop acting stupid, cause I'm the only one who make the one pop bus strap it. The wicked I want to see me. Wow, God, wild man. So they love that raw energy captured on the plate. So that I saw dub plate, and them get crazy. Up till now we're still doing dub plate because you can see now a studio I'm there in a dub plate.
For sure. Okay, so when you got to Arrows, who did you see? What kind of artists did you meet at Arrows? Who was there already as doing dub plates and stuff like at that time there?
We mostly, when we were at Arrows, we mostly see my era, the early 90s era artists start emerging.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I say? Terro Fabulous, Daddy Screw, Ninja Kid, Ghost, Rowned, General B, and then the mainstream was farming their crew on there, and from Arrows I end up at Penthouse. By just going up there with Daddy Screw them and a lot of them, and I say the engineers them and all these things, we end up at Penthouse too. So we get access to Penthouse, because we was whipping up every stage show. Mark here, Dugsy Ranks and Beaky Bailey is a different act. We did every major stage show in Jamaica once or twice and being paid before we got one record on the road. So we had a significant duo and was rated at highly in the top whatever in Jamaica at the time. Mm-hmm. So it's just we get the recording kicking off. We love all aspects of the music. We just love DJ. So we end up at Penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous run Dave Kelly, and all that. Penthouse things there. So we ended up on the Pepperseed Riddim, because that was Dave Kelly thing.
Okay, before you even get there, hold on, because that's an iconic moment in your career there. So before you even get there, when you got to Penthouse now, were you actually looking to record for Penthouse, or you were just hanging out and seeing what happened over at Penthouse?
We was just doing what we do, all of the students them. We just got the bill of vibes. All of the youth them who know us. We didn't somebody say, yo, the lyrics are sound. We were the man like, if we tell you how your lyrics sound, because, we would tell you straight, say, yo, this I want to fix up, and this I want to fix up, or this a kind of half key, and I say, we were that type of person, and we came to the early every morning, and we were from Portmore, so if we come in Kingston, we're early, You know, so most of the artists them from town come and see us. When they come through the gate, we're there already, warm up, and a DJ. You know, so Louis Culture, my brother that from long time.
So you guys are at Penthouse doing your stuff and all this. How did you actually meet Dave Kelly? Because I know at Penthouse, Dave Kelly was like apprentice engineer. He was just getting his stuff ready then. How did you actually meet Dave Kelly at this time here?
Well, you see, Penthouse produce champions, you know. Yeah, man, Dave Kelly are one of them champions, you know. So, Terro Fabulous, after Stumpy, bring Terro Fabulous to Penthouse. That's how Dave Kelly saw Fabulous. And when we start power with Fabulous and go up a Penthouse, that's how I met Dave Kelly. But I never met Dave Kelly like an introduction, like say, yo, this is Dugsy Ranks and this is Dave Kelly. Because I was just busy in the yard DJing. So when Fabulous come check me the day and say, yo, I have a rhythm for pick up, you know. And he said, okay, me and him roll. So when he went to pick up the rhythm was a Pepperseed Riddim and he was playing it in the car. And I was like, yo, Fabulous, I have a bad song for that rhythm, yeah. And he said, where you say DJ, I'm just start this sing it. Because my songs that Wifey song was written like 3 years before it was recorded, you know. Because as I say, back in the days, you have to have a lot of songs. I already start exercise some of the songs them in my head while the rhythm was playing, and when I start singing Wifey on it in my mind, that was the song that stick. So I start singing Fabulous here. And Fabulous was like, yo, I want the baddest song that, yo, anytime I go back, I carry you go voice it. I said, yeah, DJ, I'm ready for voice it, man. So it was about 2 weeks run off. You know, I'm always on my roof. You know, Waterford, there, so I was on my roof with my, you know, cassette thing over me and listening some, you know. And my mother come tell me, say, yo, when your DJ friend come check you, when me look how Fabulous. So I just go downstairs, draw my clocks and come out. Studio, we go Penthouse. And he was telling Dave, say, yo, Dave, I bring the man for come voice him son. Dave was hesitant. You know, Dave was like, you know, because he have so much work doing. You know, I was assigned to Penthouse, so, you know, me as if he might think of stop film thing now, figure. Him can't bother. So Fabulous insisted that this man have one of the baddest song, and Dave, you have to voice this man. Right now. And Dave was like, one track me have left, you know. And the man said, one track the man I need. Me hear him sing already. And him say, you ready? And me say, yeah, man, I'm ready. So I went into the voicing room. And you know what we are ready, as I say, the dub plate, that is what builds us up as an artist to be ready whenever them say ready. Because being at all them places doing dub plate and can't make any mistake is the same way the song was voiced in Penthouse. From Dave put on the rhythm and I say, Wifey at again? Me at least Drew, she have a problem. And never stop until the rhythm finish.
So hold on. That was a one take that you recorded that song in?
One kick. Because when I said that was a song was written 3 years ago. Imagine how much time me sing that song in a practice, run on my yard, for my house stop, to myself, in the gully, on the bus. I sing that song so much time to myself. Plus others. So that whenever a rhythm came by, we were ready for them.
So you were actually the last person to voice on the Pepperseed at that time there?
Nah, man. When Buju was one of the last set of person, you know, because the young youth, them time there, we have Frisco kid, them, we have got hard. You know what I say? When Buju come back, Buju have a whole heap of paper, Buju have to crush up and dash right, because he come see the whole of general roll out. You know what I say? Gargamel, our brother. Big up Gargamel, you know? Yeah, but Gargamel was one of the last set of person, if not the last person voice on that rhythm. I would like to be your, you know? Oh, no man, I look about me now in the race. No, what I want to do. What's up? You get less. I want to be favorite song, Peter.
And the crazier thing about it, as simple as it seems, I didn't know that those songs were voiced at Penthouse.
Yeah, man, right in a Penthouse. Hey, trust me, it's a Penthouse. Penthouse is a gold mine, and Penthouse is a place where I don't know no song with Vice in Pentos without it.
Crazy.
Or not a popular song.
Mhm.
I remember Pentos go far way back, from Berries them. Now before they, but remember Pentos started out be a vocalist, Garnet Silk them, or name them. Master Griffiths. It's just after Buju Banton he start the collaboration, because at the time, them have to hide and Vice Buju too. You know what I'm saying? So you have to give respect where due is. Dave Kelly, yeah man, he go hard them time, man. And he
So,
set a standard. He set a standard. As if you have a voice with Dave Kelly, you know you can't joke and you have to ready. And that's how an artist supposed to be.
And at this time here, this wasn't the big Dave Kelly as we knew him. Dave was just on the come up. I think Pepperseed might have been the rhythm to actually bust Madhouse, if I'm right.
The Pepperseed bust Madhouse on the global scene. But remember, said Dave, a voice, Buju Pan, y'all say you're about to ride a murder. You must, when the world know Dave was ready for the world. They just know him, but he was doing a lot of work in Pentos. You know what I say? Especially on the dancehall side. Because Pentos never go dancehall. And Dave them was the one who brought dancehall to Pentos. Pentos, a vocalist, if you check it from them time. Donovan German, be a vocalist. Yeah, man. But, yeah, man, so Dave wasn't
with that.
Dave wasn't apprentice at that time when Pepperseed come out. There was full-fledged going hard, man. But Pepperseed Riddim give the thing a different level. And it started taking on to different nations. The Japanese them taking on to it, the Europeans taking on to it, the Afro-Americans them in a them club, putting Pepperseed Riddim in a them dancehall slot. That was a significant change for dancehall. I say it started reaching nook and cranny in England, and Caribbean people start taking it on, because say I feel them music too. So the people them start run with this particular rhythm, just like how they ran with Slim Thing, Staggerlock back in the 80s, Yeah, man, and this rhythm clear a lot of way for a lot of rhythm coming up to out of it. You know what I say? A lot of rhythm coming out of Jamaica too. In that era they dance. That's why retro, when them say retro, yeah man, the 90s them stand up. Because you have to be true to the game. You had to be true. And in them time, not more artists are boss. Because most of us was started out in crews. Main Street crew, Pentos crew, Shocking Vibes crew. That was more artists, more economics to the business. You know what I say? But it's different now. One artist boss and him want 40 person who walk behind him. You know what I'm saying? 38 of them don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So, you want an entourage. Come on, man. Bust some other youth like how you bust to, bust even 20 of them,
You understand. With even Wifey on the Pepperseed now, how come that song wasn't you and Beeko Bailey?
All right, Beeko Bailey was there. You know what I say? But as I say I write a lot of single songs and I write a lot of comedy songs. But Beeko Bailey wasn't ready for that rhythm at that time. Because he had the opportunity just like me. So, you have a song for the rhythm? No, I'm not ready yet. You ready? Yes, me ready. Can be always a practice. You know what I say? And the king, Bob Marley, I watch him interviews, and I watch him a lot. Him said the rehearsal is the show before the show. So I make sure say I rehearse hard, so I ready. Up till now, I still rehearse. You know what I say?
You understand. So then
Yes,
now,
sir.
when this Pepperseed Riddim came out, you have this big monster song on it. Are you and Beeko Bailey still doing shows as a duo, or now you're basically your own artist at this time here now?
All right. When that song came out, a year before that, Ghost, and this is the part I want to tell you about. A year before the Pepperseed came out, right? Because we was doing so much, the levels of stage show we start to rise. Ghost and Culture was signed by Spectrum Records, that is Specialists, Clifton Specialists, who signed Cobra, Shabba, Patra, all of them was in same camp. Richie Stevens, you know what I say? And then now Ghost and Culture brought us to that camp, Babsy Grange and Specialists, Spectrum Records. And there was Ghost was like, yo, I want to see my brethren them perform because yo, them money on the ramp. And they put us on a show and we open the show and we end up close the show as well. And from that day, there was like, yo, Dogs Ranks and BKBLA. And when we signed a managerial contract, it wasn't a recording contract. All they did was manage us, put us on shows. But the type of shows they were putting us on, they were inside, outer national shows in Jamaica, and they signed Bounty Killer at the same time. So while they signed Bounty Killer, we were like on the road for a year. Sunsplash, Sunfest, the biggest shows in Jamaica, right with a reggae bash. You know me, I say all of them shows, all schools, jams, them big significant shows. You know me, Portland Splash, all of them shows, and we get prime time because we had to open for Bounty Killer.
Okay, so you were Bounty, you and Biko was basically Bounty Killer's opening act at that time there.
Yes, at that time. Yes, at that time. So when the Pepperseed song came out now, we had good management. Luckily for us, we was working. So management did love that. Say, yo, them artists go do something wrong, so on it runway. So, foreign, here comes overseas for Dugsy Ranks because my song is at in New York, my song is at everywhere. We'll say, yo, listen, we're gonna start America. And Yap from Soundwave, he was keeping that show in Bicentennial Park in Miami, which was the first time Bounty Killer and Beenie Man supposed to clash. So it was like 50,000 people in the park. That was our first time in America, brethren. And my song was one of the biggest songs at the time. So imagine when I went on stage, when I was called on stage, that's my first time stepping out of Jamaica in anywhere overseas. But our name called and said, on stage, Dugsy Ranks and Beeko Bailey. That was prime time of the show, 50,000 people. You could hear a pin drop. Nobody knows. But when we come out, I say, people, long me wait for come here. Rough cut, run me with him here, man. A rough cut just start play the Pepperseed. I'm start entering the song. Wifey at again, meet us go. By the time I say, Wifey, come out and push to the board, there was like, nobody was on the ground, man. 50,000 people that jump up over there so I can't hear myself. I was like, pool. And from there, sir, a history. We and Shabba them on the road, we and Cobra them on the road, Patra them on the road. You know what I say? Because it was a powerful movement and hard work we put in on this whole heap of all these rehearsals every day. It paid off because very important people in the music business saw us and decided, say, yo, we'll give them youth a break. And my personality too, because here when I'm a youth with many manners and respect. I'm going to show people manners and respect. I'm going to grow with manners and respect for parents and elders. So that was a big part of me learning a lot of things in the music business by enough people. Enough people take them time out to teach me a lot of stuff.
So at this time here now, at this time when you're hanging out with the specialist crew, which is Shabba, Lady Patra, Cobra, Richie Stephen, were they signed at this time here yet, or they were just about to get signed when you guys were all?
No, they were signed. They were signed to Specshang Records and signed as to do album for Epic. Shabba was signed to Epic. Patra was signed to Epic. Richie Stephen was signed to Motown. Cobra was signed to Columbia Records. All of them was selling gold. Shabba was winning Grammy. You know what I say? All of this, one entity at all.
So then now, when you're touring with Shabba and all of them, they're signed already at this time here, and you're still the opening acts while they're signed.
Yeah, we are opening acts for them through because of Specshang Records. But Shabba going on the road because he was promoting the album coming out for Epic. So it was one tour, it was one on the road, and whenever Bounty Killer branch off, that's when we branch off because we were the real opening act for Bounty Killer. Because Babsy Grains make sure that You know me, I say, yo, you're gonna open for Bounty Killer. And I was like, yeah, cause Rodney, I was bridging them long time. From them I wear cut off foot pants and Clark's booty with no lace. You know me, I say I was bridging that. You know me, I say so it was a joy, it was a pleasure. You know, to see this Jin turning into this big giant and we get to compare with him seeing way upon the road. Yeah, man, that was a pleasure for me. You know?
All right. Tell me 3 of your most memorable shows when you were on the road with them.
Yo, but not lie. You see, Sting and Reggae Sunsplash.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, there were a couple of them, more than 3, where the magnitude was great because you see, when Sting and Reggae Sunsplash came to Portmore, it was like 80,000 people, and the year after that, we topped 100,000 people. So both of them year we work. The first year when we worked Sting, we didn't have a hit song. It was just an act. We tear the place down. Now this year I come out 94 with big monster hit song and more experience. You know me I say we and BKB rock the whole entire house and it was our hometown. You know me I say so those 2 shows in Portmore very memorable. And the next show, IRFM used to keep a show they call White River Reggae Bash. Trust me.
All right. So you told me about Sumfest and you told me about Sting when it came to stage show memories. How about some dates when you and Bounty Killer was actually in the States or wherever else you guys went, some big memories?
All right. Florida. Twice. Over 50,000 people come out. Twice. Bicentennial Park and CB Smith Park. I think named Unity Concert. Shabba, Bounty Killer. All of us was there. Bronx. The first time I went to New York, Bronx. You know me I said? We and Bounty Killer same way. Ghost and Culture on the road. Now LA. Now that big stadium there down in LA. Yeah. Eddie Murphy. That's where I met Eddie Murphy. See him tried with Bounty Killer. You know me I say some places where we go, some look and canny, brother. You know me I say, and a lot of places in Jamaica too, just name them. You know, from Trelawney, St. James. You know me I say, yeah, awesome power, brother. You know me I say.
And how long were you guys on the road together? How long were you guys on the road together for?
Well, back and forth on the road like for close to a year.
Close to a year.
Close to a year. You know me I say, yeah, when if Killer is not overseas and he's in Jamaica, it's either we opening shows for him same way or we they used to send us down by the hotels then to perform in the all-inclusive hotel. So we were like in Jamaica performing for foreigners same way. You know me I say it was you know the energy there. Nice. Like, you feel like you're overseas still a performing of it, but at the same time it's a wide diverse of people, you know? Global. People from all walks of life, all tribe. You know, you still have to entertain, you know? You know, so Jamaica ambassador work, where entertainment is concerned, trust me, enough road with the brother. There were time gone by when if we get booking for a dance in Jamaica, and you will have like 6 or 7 cars of us moving in like a little fleet, a little entourage, you know, 4-way flasher hazard, flashing and everything. And when we go to our designated dance and we finish, when we driving back home in the morning, any dance we see on the road, we will stop. 6, 7, 8, 9 car full of entertainer and run out on the dance. And hold the mic and mash up the place and drive out. People never did expect all that. But the joy we have for the music and for the people that might support the music, that's how we used to do it, you know, and it was crew of us. You know what I say? Trust me, if you see 40 people walking at that time, 36 of them have something to do with music.
And what year are we talking about? Because you said it was almost a year. What year were you guys doing on the road with Bounty?
When Killer was on the road from 94, most of 94.
Most of 94.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most 1994, yeah. Jamaica, outside Jamaica, I'm back.
Okay.
You know?
And at this time here, you still have Pepperseed just came out. You
Yeah,
have the
man,
big
Pepperseed
song.
just a ripe up. Pepper just ripe up in at that time.
Mm-hmm. So you
You
guys
know
are
what I say? I
performers.
mean, I tell you, that's why I'm saying the spot that we earned at that time before. That means if there were 6 artists on the show and Bounty Killer would be the closing act, we would perform right before Bounty Killer. So that space earned us a lot of spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And to us, that's what we needed. It wasn't like, you get a spotlight like that and you worry about it. No, that's what we needed. That's what we worked so hard and practice for. And the Killer loved that. Because to how we deal with the place, when Killer come out and say, no mercy. Yeah, man, Shabba the same thing. Anybody who open up show for, I say, Beenie Man, I was virgin from a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I say, Beenie Man got so big, we open shows where Beenie Man was on it too as well, So, as I say, before I got my first hit record, I did all major shows in Jamaica twice.
Crazy. So,
all major shows I can think about in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. You guys are doing your thing now. Okay, so you say it was just about a year or so you're on the road with Bounty. Why did you guys stop going on the road with Killer at that time there?
Yeah, it's just a managerial contract, and the company, I don't know what happened, but, there was a lot of fallout.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I said? There was a lot of fallout. I didn't really question what happened, but there was a fallout within management and many of the artists in the company, and, everything start lag and draw foot. Specialists went back to America. I say, you don't know antioxidant for your thing. I don't know what the fallout was about, but we just continue to do our thing. I say, started recording a lot of songs of Shocking Vibes, because we and Kirk and Beenie Man and I've been virgin from a long time. Even Little Lenny and I went to same school. I say, Wayne Rankin, who used to DJ with Louis Culture early back in the days, they were my friends too. So, I say, we do a lot of recording for Shocking Vibes from vinyl days. We voice other songs to other people. But after a time, I said, you know what? I needed to be like these people that I've been recording for, because I've been around so much of them and I learned so much. By moving around with other artists, I get to know other producers, Steely and Cleve, brilliant people. I say? So much, Mr. Arrows, brilliant man. Bobby Digital, gifted person. Jack Scarpio, Mr. James, all general, I saw Tubbies before he died, and Donovan Jeremy and all these people, Stephen Stanley, all these people, Virgin, teach me a little piece of something where music and music business is concerned. So I say, we need to have one label. Yeah, man, because I always refer back to when I watch Bob Marley. I said, Bob Marley have his own tough gang, and then so we do our own thing. So that's how I started Portmore for sure, because me is a Portmore man. So I just, by rhyming, we've been having this rhyming, Portmore for sure, Portmore for sure. So I just say, what, let me register it and put out a label.
Okay.
So
and
it took me years to build a label.
What year did you actually put out this label? Or, you know what? Hold on. Hold that thought 1 second there. Hold that thought. With the label now, because remember, at this time, we spoke about you had the big song for Dave Kelly on the Pepperseed. Did you ever actually record any more music for Dave Kelly?
No. And to tell the truth, okay, when I recorded that song for Dave Kelly, I wasn't signed to Madhouse.
Okay.
I said, Dave, them had their thing going. Terro Fabulous signed to East West Records. Tour was coming up. But a lot of politics went down within the music. I say? So Dave don't want to be responsible for my song running away as the biggest song on the radio. And I am not signed to Madhouse. That is just the politics that artists buck up in us sometime. You see me I say? So years after I learned all of this, You know, all right, put it this way. Him now bust me for nobody because I was already signed to Spection Records.
Mm-hmm.
But the politics was a man never take time to see what kind of contract I signed. Was a managerial contract, it was a recording contract.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I said, so the politics within the music business got to the creative part and start act wild. But the company itself, the overall Madhouse company, had sent me other rhythm while I was in New York doing the shows. They sent me other rhythms on that Dave Kelly had made and said they needed me on the rhythm as well. Because his decision not to put me on any more production. It was a decision of everybody in the company. As if you notice, I'm going to say this for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, you see that voice? Yeah, that's my voice. They've never voiced me back on any rhythm. I don't know what him tell the people if him can't find me or whatever, but I went to the studio with Fabulous again to record on a heartbeat rhythm. I've written songs for them. You know what I mean? I say, and he say, him tell Fabulous, and now voice me again. But I learned later on about why the politics of the music happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I say, so it's not like I didn't want to record or I didn't just record. You know, the producer never want to record me. You know, and I don't know what him tell the other people, but why would they send the rhythm to me if they didn't want me back on the production?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he being responsible for production, him just not vice me back. So him just avoid me, I will just avoid him. And I'm too big man, you know what I say? So I just saw it go, brother. You know, and me just start it out there right now for just clear the ear. Because this is a question where everybody asks me, and I tell them, yeah, my voice for other people, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I say my voice for other major people too. A lot of work for Shakid Vibes. That's what I say, Arrows.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I say, I did work for Steely and Clevie. I did work for Techniques Leo. You know? So them people are reputable people as well.
For sure. It's just that song, the Dave Kelly Pepperseed, that right there was such a monster hit that's where everybody would remember the Dugsy ranks from, that situation right there. So it was always strange to me, or again, it might be something that I didn't know why you never recorded again, or we didn't see anything else from you on that label.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.